Streaming on clickorlando.com, you're watching News 6 at 6:30 p.m.
Good evening to you. This is News 6 at 6:30. We're getting results. Thank you for joining us here live on the News 6 Plus platform. I'm Matt Austin.
I'm Ginger Gadsden. Memorial Day weekend, well, it's here. It's the unofficial start to summer, right?
Some of us.
Yeah, meteorologist Jonathan Kegas joins us now with what that forecast is looking like, Jonathan.
Yeah, and we're obviously going to keep things pretty hot over the next few days. We are also going to increase rain chances a little bit going into the weekend. We're mainly dry right now. We do still have some lightning strikes around Yeehaw Junction. It's the heat, though. We're at 92 in Bushnell. Good evening in Wildwood. We are at 90 degrees as well in Leesburg. We're at 93, mid-80s along the coast with the breeze off of the east. Now, here we go. Out of the east, I should say. 94 on Saturday. Tomorrow, we'll see a 30% shot for thunderstorms. Most of these are in the afternoon and evening. So if you lived here long enough, you know what a typical afternoon weather pattern is. And we're going to get back into that finally after some weird stuff over the last couple of months. 93 degrees on Sunday, 40% shot for thunderstorms as we get into the afternoon as well. Again, beach mornings are looking very, very nice. It's going to be to the afternoons. We're going to be paying attention to the sky. 40% shot for Monday. Any memorial services looking great in the morning. It's again, once we get to the afternoon and evening, we're going to be watching for the opportunity for some thunderstorms. We're going to show you greater detail on all of these weekend days so you can plan out your extended weekend coming up at about 6:47, guys.
Jonathan, thank you. Well, you probably don't want to hear this. I know I don't want to say it, but we are days away from the start of hurricane season. Starts on June 1st.
I only like to count down to happy news, right? So we wanted to check in with our cities to see what their priorities are and what stormwater projects are underway. News 6's Catherine Silver is in Seminole County, where work happening right now should get results.
Near Moss Park in Winter Springs, we saw a crew following through with the stabilization project we first told you about a month ago. From plans to actual proof. Strengthening the banks of Gee Creek should ensure water flows where it's supposed to go.
All of this was flooded.
Helen Goodson has seen what happens when it doesn't.
It was all in my house, up to my thighs, in the garage.
You lost everything.
I lost everything.
After Hurricane Ian, her family was rescued by boat from their flooded home. She invited us inside 3 years later.
Oh, wow. It's like a time capsule.
Yeah.
Was this your room?
This was my room. That was my closet. And like I said, I had 3 pairs of shoes left when it was all done.
And she's not alone. We've seen flooding across Seminole County after strong storms. This is Sweetwater Creek in Oviedo. The city tells me they're working to clear it out right now ahead of the upcoming season.
But a good chunk of the city drains up through Sweetwater Creek, and then it takes it all the way up to Lake Jessup.
Paul Yeargain is the assistant city engineer. We know the council recently approved borrowing $9.5 million. There's the stormwater rate hike. Is that enough to help you guys really tackle some of these projects?
Yeah, we looked at a 10-year plan. We identified, all the projects that are listed. Obviously, we can't do all those on day one. So that loan, if you will, was to kind of to jump it up so we can get some stuff done initially.
Resilience comes with a cost.
Winter Springs offered the opportunity for a possible grant to tear down the house.
For Goodson, it's the recovery that she's still dealing with ahead of another hurricane season.
The city manager told me that within 5 years my house will flood again. And I did just get a letter from the city saying hurricane season is here. Make sure you have flood insurance, but what are they going to insure?
There's nothing left. In Seminole County, Catherine Silver, News 6.
Right, at least she has a sense of humor about it, because that is a really tough thing to have to go through.
Awful.
Yeah. Hurricane season again starts June 1st, and now is the time to protect your biggest investment.
Meteorologist Samara Coquinos finds out how to make sure your home is storm ready.
Don't wait. You run out of time.
Out of time.
Everybody's at the same spot trying to buy the plywood that isn't on the shelves.
And supplies. That's why BFAR Contracting says you should start preparing your home now.
What is the first thing that people should do when they're thinking about preparing their home? Like if they're a new homeowner or if they've never lived in Florida or experienced a hurricane?
Yeah, for sure. So I think the first thing and the easiest thing is to document.
Start with the outside.
We can walk along the perimeter. We're going to check the gutters. We're going to check the soffits. We're going to check our HVAC. We're just going to get the window screens. We're going to get photos of all of those things beforehand.
And don't forget about the fence.
If you're looking along it, is to document, you can see if it's leaning or how it stands up straight.
Next, take note of what's in your home.
I like to go into one corner of the house and I'll slowly take a video of all the contents in the house.
Now, it's time to get to work, starting with trees nearby. Get rid of any limbs hanging over your home.
Just anything that's lower hanging or dead or, doesn't need to be in there because they can be projectiles.
Tree trimming can be dangerous, so BFAR recommends getting a professional. Meantime, something else you can do right now is check your roof.
Making sure that you don't have any problems, or if you do, address them. You can maybe mitigate some interior damages if you address it ahead of time.
Another vulnerable spot, your windows. If impact windows aren't in your budget, there are 2 things you can do to protect your home days before a storm comes.
We get a sheet of plywood and we make it bigger than this window. And then what we're going to do is we're going to fasten that in with a Tapcon and a washer. You're going to use a concrete drill bit and you're going to drill right in there, and then you're going to fasten these in.
Is there another option?
These are ply locks. The cool thing about these is there's no drilling. Okay, so what you'll do is you'll measure the opening of the window here.
Okay.
And you're just going to take a 1/4 inch off of the top and the sides so that it's an 1/8 inch all around. And the plywood simply slides into this clip, and then it just locks right into place.
Also, make sure to put away any yard decorations or furniture. And if you have a grill like this one, you can bungee the lid and the doors shut.
Some of the little small things are where you'll fail if you don't do it.
Samara Kokinis, News 6.
And just think about it now, because, right, when the time comes, you are so busy trying to do other things, you forget things like that.
It gets my blood pressure going
All
early
of us.
because I think about all the stuff that happens when.
And then you have to be here while it's happening.
Yes, exactly. We have to get it done way early.
Yeah.
Start of hurricane season less than 2 weeks away. We want to make sure you're ready. We'll have a week of coverage dedicated to getting you ready for that next storm, which hopefully doesn't happen. Hurricane Week on News 6 runs May 26th through May 30th.
And right now, share your hurricane forecasting and safety questions. We'll find the right experts to get you an answer. Go to the News 6 app or clickorlando.com and click on Contact Us.
Well, one of the signs for autism spectrum disorder is difficulty with speech, but research shows early intervention can make a difference in outcomes.
News 6 anchor Bridget Ellison shows us how one therapist is taking a unique approach to speech therapy by using the dramatic arts to make learning fun.
One of the signs of autism spectrum disorder is difficulty with speech, but studies have shown that early interventions can make a big difference in outcomes. And we met with one therapist who is taking a unique approach to speech therapy. She's using the dramatic arts to make learning fun.
3, 2, 1. Jump in, jump out, turn yourself around. I said,
Brianna Falgiano found her voice on the stage.
introduce yourself. My name's Brianna.
Now she's using it to bring others into the spotlight.
And I can sing.
She's the founder of Dramatic SLP, where rhythm and singing are more than self-expression. They're tools for speech therapy.
A lot of language therapy just targets language and sitting down and the left hemisphere of the brain. But when you combine the dramatic arts, we're able to work on things like volume control, voice levels, tone of voice, social interactions, improvisational skills, which are important when you're having conversations with others. Go, Sophia!
Here, the lessons are fun, interactive, and engaging for kids of all communication levels. For kids like Sophia Anderson, who is highly autistic, simply following along with the beat is progress.
A child like Sophia might not be able to participate because the instructor might not have the background knowledge on how to do something to help them. And so a lot of times they won't accept them into classes or they won't accept them into programs, and unfortunately that means a lot of these kids get left behind. So we like to work on locations and prepositions of the drum, right?
Falgiano's resume includes being a show producer and a performer at Disney.
Tap in the middle.
Today, the audience is a bit smaller, but parents like Sophia's dad, Seth, say she's making a bigger impact.
Initially, that's something like, okay, let me hold your hands and we're going to do it together. And eventually I'll step back and let her do it and let her figure out, okay, this is what I'm doing wrong. This is what I'm doing right.
While language delays don't predict autism, they are common among diagnosed children, with about 75% showing some type of language delay. But studies show early intervention can help. The single most replicated predictor of long-term outcomes for autistic individuals is the acquisition of language during early childhood.
These skills will carry over into everyday communication, as well as building confidence for our kids, which is so important with the autistic community.
Great theater can energize an audience. Here, the performers are the ones who transform.
I get to watch the kids slowly just improve over time. With each class.
At the end of the day, I want them to feel like I'm important and my voice matters, and that's why we do what we do. Most wonderful. I like it. Good job.
Bridget Ellison, News 6.
Now to Central Florida's #1 news website, clickorlando.com. Let's check out what's trending tonight. Dr. Beach has made it clear the best beach in Florida, what it is. That nickname belongs to a professor at Florida International University. Kind of a cool name. In his top 10 list, Delnor Wiggins Pass State Park in Naples landed the 4th spot. The other Florida beach to make the list, St. Andrews State Park in Panama City.
Oh, those beaches are pretty. And Dr. Beach is no joke. He teaches coastal research and uses 50 different criteria to determine his rankings. #1 on his list, Cooper's Beach in Southampton, New York. A New York beach is the #1?
Yeah, see, that's where you lose me, first off. And it depends on what you like in a beach. Some people like to have places to eat near the beach. Some want it to be desolate.
Okay, also Hawaii. I mean, like New York beat out. I don't mind losing if it's to some place that's really deserving.
Right,
of
I
the
could
title.
understand.
No offense to New Yorkers, but.
But really? Okay. Maybe it's amazing. Who knows? Never been there. Here are some of the other trending stories right now over at clickorlando.com. A tow rescue on camera. U.S. Coast Guard crews brought back a stranded boat more than 70 miles off Cape Canaveral.
And the canopy is one step closer to becoming reality. It's a public green space under I-4 in downtown Orlando. It's taking the next steps toward completion.
All right, before you grab the apron, get some grill safety tips. You know you want them.
News 6's Jarrell Baker has 4 you need to know before barbecuing this weekend.
First, though, Brevard County is expecting some big crowds this Memorial Day weekend. We went to Cocoa Beach to see how first responders and beachgoers are getting ready for that heat.
You're watching News 6 at 6:30 live on News 6 Plus. We're covering Titusville, Ocala, and all of Central Florida. We'll be right back.
Brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
I'm meteorologist Michelle Morgan in Eustis, where the second annual Sweet Corn Festival will be happening right here at Amberbrook Farms this weekend.
So we have our Sweet Corn Festival this Saturday and Sunday. It goes from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. With your ticket, you get all-you-can-eat corn, and you also get 6 free ears of you-pick corn.
Yeah, and everything this weekend is pretty much included with admission, other than, of course, some of our you-pick options. But as far as activities for kids, those are mostly included with admission.
Also Saturday, it's fiesta time with the super fun 5K run in Orlando. The Ole Ole 5K starts at 7 in the evening. Honoring the brave men and women who gave their lives in service to our nation, a Memorial Day program will be held on Saturday at the Veterans Memorial Park in Leesburg. It starts at 10 a.m. Another year of local art and food at the Milk Mart's 9th birthday bash in Orlando. It kicks off at noon on Sunday. The rock and roll concert and car show in Castleberry starts Saturday at 4 p.m. Bring the kids to get an up-close look at classic cars in Old Town Kissimmee on Saturday. It starts at 1 p.m. and lasts all day. And those are my 6 things to do this weekend. I'm meteorologist Michelle Morgan.
All right, and trust me, there are more than 6 things to do, but those are just the highlights there.
Okay.
All right, so a little heat won't ruin a 3-day weekend, right? Memorial Day is considered the unofficial start to summer, and this summer is shaping up to be another really hot one.
It'll ruin it if your AC's out.
Oh.
News 6's James Sparvero knows a popular spot at the beach with some shade, too.
All right, so if you want to beat the heat, but you still would really like to come to the beach, I'd recommend the Cocoa Beach Pier, because here you can actually sit under the pier, just like CJ and Alex, who I just met. How are you guys doing today?
We're doing great in the shade.
CJ, you were telling me you grew up here, but now you live in Tennessee, so you must miss the beach, huh?
Yes, I'm originally from the beach, and yeah, I miss the beach a lot, but the heat is brutal.
Fun meeting those guys. When I'm out of the shade, I like to bring a hat to the beach with me, like this one. I also really like checking our News 6 weather app. This is handy to check the rain chances, because I drive a convertible on the weekends around here. Just taking a peek right now at the daily forecast. Looks like it should be dry this weekend. And if it's going to be sunny, you know it's going to be a very busy unofficial start to summer around here. That's why I'm bringing in Chief Ison Witcher with Ocean Rescue to talk about preparing for Memorial Day. Ison, I guess it probably starts now with the all hands on deck mentality leading up to the weekend.
You know, we got a good warm up with spring break last month, but this month we're moving into summer. So yeah, big lead up, lots of heat, lots of population, looking forward to it.
About the heat, what would you advise to our guests?
Well, definitely want to beat the heat by getting as much shade as you possibly can and make sure that you're drinking enough water, not only before, but after you get to the beach as well.
I also asked the chief about the seaweed on the beach this time of year. Remember, the county doesn't pick it up. It says because of the important role it plays for the environment. And Ison gave me another reason to let it be. He says sometimes jellyfish wash up with it, and you don't want to get stung. In Brevard County, I'm James Sparvero, News 6.
Seaweed and jellyfish, doesn't that sound like fun this weekend?
Yeah, but you know, just be careful. Take some vinegar to the beach with you just in case you get stung by a jellyfish. Don't do the old wives' tale.
You don't take vinegar to the beach with you.
It's refreshing. I mean, you got to prepare.
You'll mix that up with your drink.
Oh, you'll do that one time.
Yeah. Hey, we have meteorologist Jonathan Kagas here. It's not going to be dry this weekend.
No, well, here's the deal. We're going to be doing a little dodging. That's what I like to call it. I say that D word, dodging, a lot because that's what it's going to be. It's going to be scattered. So not everyone's going to get wet. If you're at the beach, I think the first half of the day is dry. Then watch out for those lightning storms that get close, going close by.
Gotcha.
Might need to take it inside for just a little bit over the next couple of days. But yeah, as you mentioned, the rain will threaten your beach day later on into the afternoon. Make sure you have that vinegar, although it won't help you stay dry. I need the umbrella for that. That's right. There are the thunderstorms. So now you're all clear if you're waiting to take the dog out in Yeehaw Junction. We're talking about you guys. About 25 minutes ago, we had the lightning nearby. That is now past at a safe distance, although do it quick. You see just up the road coming out of Lake Wales, we have a few more popping. We were showing you this on Future Radar about 20 minutes ago when we talked at News 6 at 6. There we go. Future Radar again doing a very nice job showing the development of this. So there we go. About an hour from now, we're likely going to see that area fill back in. So that's an early heads up in and around Kenansville, Yeehaw Junction. That will likely try to slide toward Palm Bay if it holds together. Melbourne into West Melbourne. We'll be watching that for you again tonight. 8, 9 o'clock into tomorrow morning. We start things off dry. So again, your beach day is looking very nice to start. Then we're going to pop a few storms, and this is exactly what we're talking about here. Right along I-95, closer to I-4, we're going to watch a few of those storms try to develop and then push inland. So don't think it's going to rain for a long period of time along the beach, but that rain, again, will be around and close by. Gorgeous out there right now. That's a live look. Port Canaveral, Brevard County with our launch credit union camera this evening. Temperatures back to the mid-80s. The breeze at about 10 miles an hour tonight. We're at 86 in Daytona Beach. 86 also up the road in Palm Coast. Groveland, good evening. We are at 92. Leesburg, we're at 93 degrees as temperatures are going to remain hot over the next few days. 73 to start tomorrow morning in Kissimmee. We are going to start off dry, but then storm chances ramp up. For that, here's a look at your forecast for tomorrow afternoon.
Your forecast is sponsored by the Florida Lottery.
Going to be hot again. Memorial Day weekend, of course, it's going to be hot. 97 in Wildwood tomorrow, 96 in Bushnell, 89 in New Smyrna, Titusville, Mims. We're back to 92 degrees as well. Rain chances at 30% tomorrow. Fast forwarding into Memorial Day itself. Again, memorial services Monday morning. A little muggy, but we are dry. Pretty nice start to the holiday if you're celebrating, if you're going to any memorial services again in the morning. We're at 87 by 11, 93 degrees by 1, 95, a hot Memorial Day by 3 o'clock. And that's when we're going to start to watch for those storm chances to really start to ramp up. This is what I'm talking about again. There's 4 o'clock on your Sunday to plan out the rest of your Memorial Day weekend. Those storms quickly try to push inland. I think the highest rain chance is going to be I-4 and west towards I-75 late on Sunday. Note the time. Again, that's going to be dinner time and beyond. So the first half of the day looking very nice. Again, memorial services on Monday looking very good as well. In the morning, later on into the afternoon, we will watch the East Coast sea breeze fire up, move away from the Atlantic beaches, and then head towards the Gulf Coast of Florida. So that's how it's going to work out over the next 3 days. Definitely not a total loss, but we will be doing a little more dodging. 93 degrees on Sunday. Memorial Day Monday, we are at 92 with a 40% shot for showers and thunderstorms. Rain chances stay elevated. One of the wettest 7-day forecasts we have had in quite some time. Peace out, drought.
I like that. Wow, he'd been working on that one. Hey, keep streaming. We'll be right back.
Justin Moorman.
And I'm Crystal Moyer. Coming up on Monday, allowing dogs on more sections of the beach.
Yeah, where your four-legged friends could soon be welcomed on the sand for the very first time.
And speaking of the coast, a lot of people will be flocking there. Candace will have your hour-by-hour forecast.
We'll see you for News 6 mornings starting at 6.
Orange County firefighters say a house fire this week that displaced a local family may have been caused by a gas grill. A lot of people planning to fire it up this weekend.
Yeah, but that type of holiday fun could lead to a fire. News 6 reporter Jarrell Baker gives us some grill safety tips.
No matter if you're a master that can cook a steak to perfection or you're a newbie that's never touched a grill, you need to make sure that you're cooking safely this holiday weekend. You're looking at the aftermath of flames consuming the Tate family's Dr. Phillips home Thursday afternoon.
It was a gray smoke. After that explosion, it turned black and it showed flames right next to the chimney right there.
Officials say there were no injuries, however, the house is a loss. Donna Westfall, who lives right across the street, says that the Tates lived there for years, and now Westfall and her daughter are helping them salvage what they can from the devastating fire.
We cleaned them up and got all the ashes and the stuff off of them.
Westfall believes the solar panels sparked the fires, but Orange County Fire Rescue officials believe a gas grill on the back patio was the cause for the blaze.
That's what they were talking about because the petroleum Kate was throwing up flames and it blew up.
You want to make sure that your grates over here are clean.
Lieutenant Marcus Gomes with Seminole County Fire says they see several fires around the Memorial Day holiday. Many times it's from people leaving their gas on.
When you're done, you want to make sure that everything is turned off, not just at the grill itself, but you turn it off at the bottle.
He says if you're using coals, be careful using lighter fluid, especially once the fire is going. And if you're planning to cook inside your garage or in an enclosed porch, don't.
Under no circumstances do you want to be grilling or barbecuing indoors or in your garage. That's just an easy way to go and catch your house on fire.
Now, if you can't remember the last time you cleaned your grill, it's probably a reason to go ahead and do so again. And if you already cleaned it, well, it never hurts to do it twice. That's why Lieutenant Gomes says it's the #1 reason why they see a lot of those house fires, because of dirty grills. Here in Orlando, Jarrell Baker, News 6.
Just be careful, everybody.
Yeah.
Hey,
Have
thank
fun,
you.
too.
Yeah. Thank you so much for watching News 6 at 6:30. Stream News 6 online anytime on our News 6 Plus Smart TV app.
Hey, remember, we break news at clickorlando.com. She will see you tonight at 11.
So will he.
Maybe.
Oh, I'm here.
Oh, you are?
Got you.